Hi guys, so I want to give you another update about some really cool things. Been wanting to do this for a while. If you remember a video that I posted several weeks ago when we first got our small piglets, I put them on the deep bedding from the cows, and the pigs were much smaller than I had expected when we bought them. But they were starting to turn this deep bedding and turn it into some really nice compost. And they'd just been on there for a short time, just for like a couple days. And somebody was commenting, well, this is not compost yet. And obviously it's not, because it takes time to make compost. But look what these guys here, let me make it a little brighter. Look what these guys, by the way, how much they have grown and the compost they have produced. Now look at this stuff. Here you go. And there's still heat in here. There's still heat in here. These guys produced this for me. Making compost in large amounts is not easy. And these guys are doing that for me. Look at here. Hey! The three little pigs. So I want to show you guys what we will do with this stuff. We will put it on our fields and on our garden. And we have now the broiler chicks out on pasture. My brother driving with his tractor. We have the broilers out on pasture. And I'm going to show you how I do a controlled fertilization of the compost over the field. I put the broilers on here and these chicken tractors, these Pasture poultry pens. And here you can see where the chicken tractors were already. You can see some chicken manure on the ground here. But you can also see compost that I have spread out here. So what I do, one of these chicken tractors is 3 by 4 meters. So it's exactly 12 square meters. And every day when I move them, I cover the area. Here you can see that really well. They're stacked like this. There's a rock there, so I have to drive around it, but otherwise they're staggered like this. So I have 3 by 4 meters, and I cover that area with a black bucket full of compost, which is about 4.5 liters. 4.5 kilos. So that amount of compost goes on here. Now, I'm not worried about putting too much fertilizer on this, because also the chicks just drop their manure here, because the compost is not like chemical fertilizer or like the liquid manure that most farmers put on their fields, where you force the plants to absorb it, you force them to drink. Instead, it's compost, which enhances the soil. It stimulates earthworms to come and other bacteria, and the plants have the choice to eat, so to speak. So it's a beautiful system. And as soon as we'll get rain right, this whole area behind here will just turn into beautiful lush green pasture. But I think it's beautiful, lush and green anyway. This is the regrowth since the hay harvest. Well, let's check on our broilers here. So these guys have been here since this morning. Hey buddy, how are you doing? And you see there's a lot of manure, and they're gonna be moved in the morning again. And they're gonna get feed here in a little bit. I have 3 of these. Each of them has about 70 birds in them. And there's some turkeys in here as well. Here you can see there's a turkey right there. That's a turkey. And they are way more active looking for bugs than the chicks are. There's another turkey right there. Yeah, And these guys are 3 weeks old today. And I had put them out when they were 2 weeks old. I put them out on pasture. It was a very warm day, so it worked real well. But then the next day we got a northeast wind, very cold. Temperatures dropped from 29 degrees Celsius to 11 degrees during the day, and rain. But they managed fine. They cuddled together and they did just fine. And these pastures are full of insects, and when I move these guys, oh my goodness, do they love the insects. They right away go for them. And I've noticed a noticeable decrease in feed consumption since they have been out on pasture. Foraging will increase as they grow and get older, but boy, do they love the insects already, and they forage a little bit. So I'm going to be heading down this field, covering every square meter, every square centimeter, so to speak, all the way down. Then I'm going to scoot a little bit to the side and come back up here. And I'm improving my permaculture hayfield tremendously. So here you can see how I've covered this. Actually, my son did. I asked him to do this morning, and it's not as evenly spread as I would have done it, but he's learning. Just cover this all with the compost here. So very nice, and I know exactly how much compost is here. After each spot from the chicken tractor, it's 4.5 kilos of compost. I'm super stoked, super excited to see how this goes. Now look at this, how much clover there is here. And clover, chickens just love to forage that, and when they get a little bit older, they will just eat it insanely. And I'm just super excited for this hayfield to just get better and better. Who?
And I mixed it.
You did the whole bottle by yourself?
Yeah, but except now I got the hot water.
You like feeding Lucky still?
Yeah, I like it.
Right, Denny, you want to come with us to feed Lucky? Come. Lucky's been doing great and growing a lot.
Hi there.
How much is Lucky eating every day right now?
One bottle in the evening, and then two
Well, right now we switched to only one bottle in the morning. So, yeah, that's okay. Hey, Dozer. How are you doing, buddy? Henry, just call Lucky so she comes to you. Lucky girl.
I think that you're gonna move him. But you have to move him today, don't you?
No, I'll move him tomorrow.
Why? They've stayed on the field for a long, long time.
No. No, they haven't.
But they're trying to vacuum a lot of time.
Yep, Lucky is growing, definitely.
Yeah, she squeezes it like that.
We've been buying a high quality milk for Lucky because we wanted to get good milk, and a 25 kilo bag costs about $100, so it's been quite expensive. We're almost done with the second bag, and we'll probably have to buy. She's hungry, huh? We'll almost have to buy another one, or we will have to buy another one. So $300 just to raise this bottle calf. It's just extremely expensive.
Isak has to come.
Hey, Bella.
Is that Bella?
That's Bella right there.
Hey. She's getting...
That's her daughter Molly, and right behind her, her daughter from last year, Minnie. And she's a beautiful, beautiful heifer. Bella, good job for giving birth to 2 heifers in a row. Lucky? No? No more. Hey, no more Lucky.
She's tired. Why are you doing that, Papa?
Okay, let's go and get water for the cows. Let's go.
But we're gonna see you more, okay?
Danny, come. Look who's coming there.
I found Licky all by myself. He's right here.
Okay, let's go and give the cows water. So with the daily moves and mob grazing that I've been doing with these cattle, we have circled our pasture not quite 2 times yet. But here they have been 2 times already. They have grazed 2 times. And you see how nice and lush and green this pasture is. So they'll have a 3rd grazing here and probably a light 4th grazing again, depending on how much rain we'll get. I've just been blown away by the production of my pastures. So last year in the drought, I had twice as many animals on the pastures than I've ever had. And we fed the first hay in the worst drought in 100 years in December due to the daily moves. This year we have a 3rd more animals, 30% more animals, and we'll probably again be able to feed them off the pasture all the way into December, or the end of November at least, depends on when the snow comes. And I just expect it to improve more and more. We have a lot of places that we can improve more, so very exciting. Well guys, hope you enjoyed this little farm update in this busy season. Stay tuned, keep you updated on the chicks and the chicken tractors and the growth. It's just working great, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for staying tuned. Bye bye guys, and a special thanks to my patrons on Patreon that support our channel and have been faithful to us even though we haven't been posting as much lately. But stay tuned. Bye bye guys.